Hi guys, good morning. I just wanted to thank you for watching the video yesterday. I know it was a short 10-minute video which gave you the notes on the different steps that we have to take in order to complete the square. So we learned step by step how to complete the process of completing the actual square. I was only able to give you one example since I ran out of time and out of space, but I'm going to give you some more examples. So just pretend that you turn the sheet to the back. I didn't bring my copy home, so I'm just going to have to do it on a separate sheet of paper. But you guys can go ahead and write this part 2 on the back of the notes that you took yesterday. The first example that I wanted to do is, I want to go ahead and go through all the steps with you again. The example would be y equals x squared plus 8x plus 22. Okay, according to our notes from yesterday, our notes say, what is step 1? Step 1 says set your equation equal to 0. So I'm going to make y equals to 0. Second step says move c to the other side of the equation. So it's a good idea to go ahead and write down what a, b, and c are equal to in your standard form. A in this case is 1, B is 8, and C is 22. By now, you guys should be experts at the standard form and what each of the variables represent. Okay? So once we have A, B, and C, we're going to move the constant to the other side of the equation. My constant in this case is C. In order to get rid of a positive 22, I have to subtract 22 from both sides. So now I'm left with negative 22 is equal to x squared plus 8x. Sorry, that's my alarm. Step 3, divide all numbers on both sides of the equation by a. In this case, a is 1, so really, when we divide by 1, we kind of end up getting the same exact thing. So we're left with negative 22 is equal to x squared plus 8x. We have completed step 1, setting the equation equal to 0. Step 2, moving the constant to the other side. Step 3, dividing the numbers by a. And now we're on step 4, which is to figure out what b divided by 2 equals. So b divided by 2 is 8 divided by 2, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. If I need to figure out what b divided by 2 squared is, that means I need to square my fraction, and in this case my fraction ended up being 4, so 4 times 4 is 16. This is the term that I'm going to add to both sides of the equation. Remember that I asked you yesterday to add a box to both sides of the equation so that we don't forget what we need to add. I didn't really like that, so I'm going to skip a line. Okay, I'm going to go to step 5. I'm going to add the box. Negative 22 equals to x squared plus 8x plus, and then whatever this box is. I'm going to wipe out those boxes as I don't like it. Sorry. Hopefully you're writing in pencil. Okay, step 5 is to add 16 to both sides of the equation. So I'm going to add 16 into each of my little boxes. 16 here and 16 there on both sides so that the equation stays balanced or equal. It says step 6, factor one side by rewriting it as x plus b squared, b divided by 2 squared. So b divided by 2, so b divided by 2 was 4. So in order to show the steps, this is b. So 8 divided by 2 and then squared. It says simplify as necessary. Well, 8 divided by 2 is just 4 squared, and then we still need to simplify the left side. What is 16 minus 22? That's right, it is a negative 6. 16 minus 22 is negative 6. Now we're on step 7. It says make the equation equal to 0 again. So what I need to do is I need to move the negative 6 to the other side. So I'm left with x plus 4 squared plus 6 is equal to 0. This is now in vertex form, x plus 4 squared plus 6, where you can find out where your a, h, and k are. In this case, a, h, and k, a is equal to 1, h is equal to the opposite of what you see here, which is negative 4, and k is equal to a positive 6. I do apologize. I realized that you couldn't see the problems. Okay, so just to reiterate, we rewrote it as x plus 4 squared plus 6. That's in our vertex form. And our vertex form makes our life really easy when it comes to graphing, because now we know our vertex, our h and k, and then what direction our graph's going to open. Let's go ahead and do another example. Okay, the next example is to set your equation equal to 1. Oh my gosh, set your equation equal to 0. So I'm going to substitute a 0 wherever I see a y. Okay, a is going to be equal to 1, b is equal to 10, and c is equal to negative 11. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2 says move c, or the constant, to the other side. So c is negative 11. In order to get rid of a negative 11, I have to do the opposite of a subtraction, which is to add. So I'm adding 11 to both sides, and I'm left with 11 is equal to x squared plus 10x. Step 3 says divide all the numbers on both sides of the equation by 1. Well, a is equal to 1, so I really don't need to do anything. I mean, I'm dividing everything by 1, but it's kind of a repetitive step, okay? So you're left with 11 is equal to x squared plus 10x. Next step is to figure out what b divided by 2 equals, okay? So I know that b is equal to 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and then I need to square this fraction. So 5 squared is equal to 25. So I'm going to add in step 5 b divided by 2 squared to both sides of the equation. So I have plus 11 is equal to x squared plus 10x, and then plus that other box. Inside that box, we're going to put b divided by 2 squared, which happens to be 25. So I'm going to add 25 to both boxes, to both sides of the equation. Step 6 is to factor out one side by rewriting it. So this side is going to be x plus, and then what is b? b is 10 divided by 2, and then we're going to square that, the whole thing. So if we simplify, 10 divided by 2 is 5 squared. And then on the left-hand side, what's 25 plus 11? 25 plus 11 is 36. So we're almost finished. Step 7 says make the equation equal to 0 again. So I'm going to kind of, because I ran out of space over here, I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides, and I'm left with y equals to x plus 5 squared minus 36. Okay, so follow our instructions in class. We're going to practice some more problems in class, and that's going to be our assignment. Thank you guys. I hope you have a nice day.